thought that your first 2 games would end up with wins over Man City and Arsenal?
Yeah, well, I understand there were two tough games to start with. You've got tough games coming up, you know, so it's, I understood that, but best ones to win, you know, so in terms of getting that feeling and that emotion, that confidence and that lift, so yeah, the boys have been fantastic, you know, as I said, lasting 2 weeks together to put things in place and to try to do the things we've asked, and as I said, there's still layers that we want to get to and we want to improve, but in terms of kind of what it's taken to win these 2 games, they've done great.
Saying that, Tim, but after these 2 performances, if he keeps going, surely he has to be in the reckoning.
He has to be in the argument, for sure. You said me 3 weeks ago, I remember you saying to me, you know, he's got 2 games against Man City and Arsenal coming up. I said, well, I would suggest he drags them 2 out. But what about if he wins them 2 games? And that is exactly what he's done. So the confidence what that would bring to the squad and to Michael and his coaching staff is the fact that they can go on and win every game now towards the end of the season. It'd be very difficult to turn that job down if he was to get offered it after winning every single game since he took over. I don't think they'll be able to turn that down. It'd be too much of a risk, because Michael certainly would then leave Manchester United to go to another job, a huge job, a big job, and someone might reap the rewards of this fantastic manager, because I'm not getting carried away with it. You know, it's been 2 games, but it's more than 2 games, Tom. It's against the 2 best teams in Europe, you were suggesting, Man City and Arsenal, and the way they've done it, the performance, how they've done it, I think it's been helped. He's brought Steve Holland in. I think it's a masterstroke, but he's got his own team in there now, and they go game to game with a clear week. So they're obviously well drilled. You can tell out of possession, in possession, exactly what's required of them. He's kept it very simple, which is almost the most difficult thing to do for a manager, and that is what Michael's done, and he's been fantastic since he's been a 10 out of 10 at the moment. So, you know, he has to be in the argument.
And what credit then goes to Michael Carrick? Because it does, in the last 2 weeks, look like a team transformed.
Yeah, it does, obviously. And Harry makes a good point. They've got a lot of their players are back now. There's a full group. They've got full weeks together. There's no other distractions. They can focus on the league form. And they're producing. But as we know, you win 1-2 games for Man United, fantastic. Particularly to beat City and to come to Arsenal where... But I felt United would get a result today. I was thinking maybe more of a draw, but I always felt United would turn up, and they've got enough quality players. But they get that, they've got momentum now into their season, and all of a sudden you're looking at United and you're thinking, great chance of top 4. 1 or 2 months ago you're saying, no, I don't think they'll do it. But now if they play with that confidence and belief, then you give the manager credit, and you give his staff credit, and the players are turning up. Simple as that.
Would you give it Carrick then, now, Roy?
Job? No, you're being silly now. No,
serious. No, would you give him the job? He's had 2 great performances.
Yeah, 2 great performances, but anybody can win 2 games. That's what he does at the end of the season. And even if they do get into 4th, I still wouldn't be convinced he's the man for the job. Absolutely not. I still think they need a bigger and better manager. But he's got the opportunity. What a chance it is for him. And you know what? He's taking it. So, fair play to him.
Michael, we're here till 8 o'clock. We've got all that time to get into the weeds of Manchester United's future. But in terms of Arsenal, Patrick, what does this defeat do to their title challenge now? They're still 4 points clear.
They're still 4 points clear. But there's still some question about the mental strength of the team. I think that performance will be really disappointed, because it's not the fact that they lose the game, but it's the way they lose the game. I think there was a lack of creativity. They didn't create enough. I think Saka on the right or Trossard on the left-hand side didn't produce enough to really create danger for United. So they will be, I think, in this situation, a leader to lift the spirit of the team. There will be this momentum where we will need somebody to make them understand that when they are on the field, they have to play. I think this is a team who are full of quality, and to play with more energy and to take more risk, because they've got the quality. And it was a disappointed performance, because I felt that they didn't play with this kind of freedoms to express themselves.
But in terms of leaders, Micah, they had the captain Odegaard on the pitch. They took him off before the hour mark in that quadruple change.
Yeah, but you lead in different ways, don't you? He leads on the field in terms of his creativity. Didn't really get into the game today. I think Patrick raises a good point. in terms of that psychological battle, knowing that you want to win today. You win today, it puts you in good stead. And then it's against United. Okay, they had a good result last week, but can you get over the line? There was a lack of urgency, a lack of energy, and a lack of real someone who wanted to take the game to United, to get on the ball and make something happen. And that was the worrying thing. When you got Saka on the pitch, when you got Trossard on the pitch, Jesus had talked him up before the game, and he wanted one of those players to step up in the big games. And today, they went missing.
Do you know what that's called? It's pressure. Pressure's on Arsenal today. You see the other results, and they're in a great position. They've got everything going for them. They're doing really well in all the competitions, etc. And that's pressure. They're feeling the pressure. It's how they deal with it over the next month or two. That's what's cost them over the last few years when they've gotten themselves in good positions. And the sign over the last few weeks, now we're going back to the Liverpool game, the Forest game, and today, losing that momentum. If you step back, they'll have to have a reset and still step back and go, we're still in a great position. We've got to get our momentum back, and that almost a little bit of confidence. I can't believe they don't look like a confident team where they are in the league and what they're doing in the other competitions. You'd almost have to sit in the dressing room and go, what's up with everybody? Play the game. They're obviously playing the occasion. They started getting a bit of joy when they were throwing the subs on and they were gambling, they were playing maybe off the cuff. You're thinking, okay, they got back to 2-2, and for a brilliant goal, they might have got a draw. So they've got to get back to basics and start embracing this challenge instead of being frightened of it.